We don't mind being literal at Car Advice, so here we really do have blue versus red. On your left, the new XR8 Falcon. On your right, the Commdore SSV Redline. And over here, Wakefield Park, a circuit that will help us determine whether it will be Ford or Holden that will take bragging rights into the twilight years of the Aussie V8 sedan. This contest is too big a deal not to extract the fastest times out of these two cars. So first up, we're handing over to a pro racing car driver, John Boston. So John, you run track school here at Wakefield. You know this circuit like the back of your fireproof racing glove. Now, what's your instinct telling you about these two cars?
Well, I'm up for the challenge of driving these to start off with, because we have this lovely 2.2 kilometre venue waiting to be driven on, 10 corners, and it's made up of 3 fantastic straights where we need power, but the corners are certainly a challenge. So over the years, I've learnt that the Commodores have probably been a little bit better than the V8 Ford Falcons. The better model's probably been the 6-cylinder turbo, just because it's a little bit more responsive, a little bit lighter over the front end. Holden have done a lot of work with the VF, and I've driven quite a few of the variants around here, including the HSV range. Look, I'm really excited to drive the Ford because I know it's got this supercharger sitting under there, so it has a huge amount of grunt compared to the Commodore. Okay, well, pressure's on. We need you to be super fast, super consistent. Let's go. Let's do it.
You can't separate these cars on price. Both models cost the same $54,690 in automatic form as we have them here. Surely though, the first marked difference will come in the standstill to 100 km/h test. The Ford has a clear on-paper advantage, having seized the supercharged 5-litre V8 out of the FPV GT that's no longer on sale. It's looking quick, John tapping into the XR8's superior power and torque, 335 kilowatts and 570 newton meters. It's sounding good too. Commodore SSV Redline next. The Holden opts for capacity over force induction, with a 6-litre V8 producing 260 kilowatts and 570 newton meters. The SS is expected sometime in late 2015 to adopt the 6.2-litre V8 from its American cousin, the Chevy SS. But for now, its lower outputs seem to be hurting it. It appears visibly slower, but by how much? We'll reveal all later. Now it's time to test brakes, traction and chassis balance with hot laps. The 0 to 100 runs suggested the Commodore SS will have to make up ground through Wakefield's 10 corners. And the big Holden is looking in its element here, as it takes on the challenging twisting section of turns 3 through to 9. The SS looks superbly poised through the bends and is a picture of stability under heavy braking. John's certainly not holding back here. Power isn't everything at a circuit like Wakefield, so the XR8 will have its work cut out to perform better than Ford V8 Falcons of more recent memory. Ford has given the XR8 its best shot though, remember. Underneath are the mechanicals of the GT spec, so it should be at home on the track. But here we go into that crucial series of uphill and downhill corners. The Ford is turning in with more conviction than previous XR8s, though John looks like he's having to work a bit harder. That back end is eager to step out as John tries to get all of the XR8's supercharged power to the ground. John is no doubt grateful for the front Brembo brakes, also standard on the SSV Redline. The Ford doesn't look as neutrally balanced as the SSV. There's more body roll, and the XR8 looks less fluid when transferring weight during those directional changes. John has done 3 flying laps in each car, and we can tell you they were all remarkably consistent. But what was the outcome? Okay, John, well, you're probably dying to know the times as much as everyone else out there. 0 to 100, XR8 5.4 seconds.
Well, that's fast.
SSV 6.4, a
1
full
second.
second off. So we're probably thinking XR8's got it around the lap time.
This feels fast on the track, there's no doubt about that.
Well, 1 minute 11.5 for the XR8 around Wakefield. SSV, 1 minute 11.2.
Wow.
3/10 quicker, which is pretty surprising. How did it feel out there?
So the Commodore, it doesn't feel that fast, but it is faster than the XR8, and they are 2 extremely different vehicles to drive out in the track. This has so much power, but this has superb turning grip and also mid-corner grip. So I'm not surprised. 10 corners around here, a lot of time to be gained and a lot of time to be lost as well.
2.2 kilometres.
Absolutely. So look, I've got to give them both some credit, because any vehicle to do a 11-second or a 1:11 lap around Wakefield Park is very impressive.
Yeah, pretty impressive, as was your driving. John, thank you very much indeed for today.
Pleasure.
Well, today was really about cold, objective assessment of these cars, but you probably also want to know what they're like to drive on the road and to own. Well, that sounds like a part 2.